All right, we are on our first unit of AP Pre-Cal. Woo! No? Okay. Yay! All right, we're on 1A.1 functions and function notation. Okay. So this is our first part and step into 1A.1, and it should feel like somewhat of a review. Okay. You're going to be working in your groups, which you're in, your groups of 4 or 3. On the front page of the handout that you got, there is nothing you shouldn't be able to do. Okay. But I am going to ask that you think deeply and rely on your group mates, like talk to each other, help each other. But in theory, from pre-AP Algebra 2 to now, nothing in this should be possible. Does that make sense? Okay. The reader for your group is going to be whoever is the youngest person at the table. So whoever your youngest person is, they're the reader. That person will read the question out loud, and then you will discuss it as a group, and only then will you pick up your pencil and write down your thinking. Okay. So the protocol is read, discuss, write. Read, discuss, write. Okay. A big thing about AP Pre-Cal is that it's leading us to explaining our mathematics. Because if you go into AP Stats or AP Calculus, you have to explain a lot. Okay. And so we're building our skills to be able to explain ourselves. Got it? Um, you're going to be working on this together. You're going to have time for each one. So there's 4 questions. So notice that it says how long you have on this part. So we are going to spend 6 minutes reading this part, doing part A and part B, and then we're going to go on. Got it? Yes. No, we're not. You don't need a calculator right now. Did I use a calculator this time? Yes, you can use a calculator if you want. Yeah, I'll let you have it. So you can use Desmos if you like, or handheld. But, all right, so I'm going to put our 6 minutes up for the first part. Decide who is the youngest, and they are your reader for the day. Oh, yeah. No, but it's winning to see. So I'm saying, yeah, that is also. It's like does she want like majority something? There must be like. It's making time. It goes down. So. I was looking at that. Yeah. The better way to tell me. I didn't very everybody's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I was gonna write that. This is heart rate. But that's one. Yeah, because you want like information. That's not true. But it's not. But it's not. But it's not because. Wait, it's like. Just put my mind. No, listen to it. You know, so. So, but it's not. But it's not like that. Are we sure? No. But there's 4 weeks in the 14. Yeah, you could just. There's 4 years. Add in those 4 years. That would make sense. Oh. The market. No, it's every yes. Yeah. So subtracting see can be what is the graph? Like this found 35 to corresponding line with the be finalizing on your part A and part B.
Three history classes. You have to have 4 by 4. And 4 cores. 4 math, 4 science, 4 history, 4 English. That's if you're graduating on the recommend and you're on the college to 4-year. Think about this. Do you want to go to 4-year college? Then 4 by 4. No, you wouldn't need math unless you wanted to. Okay. All right. So you're now doing 2 A, B, C, D, and E in 6 minutes. Because you should have dusted off some brain cells. And you should be able to do it. And go. What? Wait, would that do it?
No, that would, that's the slope. I think no, there's no way in 10 years. There's an actual project, so it's going back to. Yeah. It's not the next one. So it'd be. But I just found it -1. Wait, shoot, it would be +1. Why is it +1? Wait. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Oh. Wait, the one that you started with. Maybe I just found it, it's looking the way this. Wait, this is like, it doesn't focus. Yeah, this guy, that's not great. Because it starts at 220, so. Hold on. Yeah, yes. I'll do. Yeah. It is. So for the next one. Anything, just. Yeah, I would say, because they're just. Right. So. Why? What did it mean by reason? Just like what would they do? Easier. Oh, it is. Does it still new or old?
Oh,
It feels old. I hope so. All right, 3 is only 5 minutes. I don't know why my thingies did that, but yours should be normal. Oh, on the last one.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait, this is this one. Oh. Oh. Oh, are you would it be would say well, no, you don't have to. Like if someone was to call you where you might put up, you wouldn't have to keep it. You're not 16. What do you mean? Yeah, this is calling. You should be in April 6th period. You should be in April 6th. It's so cute. Wait, what period do you have in sevens for 110? Wait, what period do you have in 197? What are you taking? You're like the average rate, but it's like but the average heart rate average it's actually a button. Wait. Orange used to be my favorite color, and our president was elected. This is first look when you need it. Oh wait, instead of that, that's technically yeah. I'm lucky. How am I supposed to access the teacher channel? What? Can you like leave the side them together, right? I gotta walk in to do it though. If you can't like think about other things, I can't wait for this time. I go. I'm not gonna say that. We're leaving that in last year. Inflation. Probably yesterday, probably. This time there. Because my computer wasn't working and I took out my phone and you don't have any work. Exactly. Like, yeah. Maybe she'll let me go to the bar. Why is it like ding? It's just like ding, ding. Y'all know I left these timers going apparently from summer school or at the end of the school year when I did come back. And it said I was a negative 2,300 some hours on the time. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know I was doing that. My bad, bro. All right. So, are you ready to check yourselves? Yeah. How do you feel like you did? Really easy. Good. Where's my answers? Okay, that's cool. I didn't want you to populate anyway. I'll go search for you myself. Desktop, laptop. Downloads.
It's your birthday, so I know you.
Really? Really?
It played one time, and it's played every time.
Because that's what you remember? I hope you remember more than that, Carrie. If anyone's watching this video later, please disregard Karis's comment. Why is it not showing? Okay, hold on.
Lady. This is the crowd. What's the crowd against humanity? It's like
Okay, let's try it again. Hey.
Oh, wait, yeah. Those are real.
Take
Okay. I don't think those are. I don't know how you like. How do you keep track? You're not actually running, you're just running in place.
You go away. All right. Are you ready to check yourselves? Here we go. So on first part, when you were checking for understanding, you should have had two variables, H, which would be your independent variable, and your max heart rate, which was your dependent variable. Yes? And then what are you describing here? So in some way, some words you should use. That didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? As a person gets older, the maximum heart rate goes down. So like you should have came to some conclusion about the behavior of the graph of the table. Yes? Did you kind of gist of that? All right. The next thing is using this, can you predict the maximum heart rate of a 35-year-old? All right. Who wants to explain their method? Yeah, what did y'all do?
That would be excellent.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Any other ways of doing it? Anybody else? Yes. Oh, you're stretching? Did anyone resort to a regression? Yeah? Yeah? Did we resort to regression? Did anyone say, oh, I feel like I know what to do here? Yeah? Did it feel normal? Because we did it 1,000 times in 3AP Algebra 2. So I like to believe that it's somewhere deep down in your soul know how to do it. Okay. I came out with about 185 beats per minute would be the max heart rate. Seems to go down by 1 beat per minute. What did y'all get? Were you in that range of 180?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. On number 2. So on number 2, what is the maximum heart rate of a 60-year-old? So you're looking for F of 60. Yes. 160. Perfect. On letter B, you have F of X equals 200. This time you have your output and it wanted to know the input. So what age gave a beats per minute of 200? 20. Do we all get 20? Perfect. And then on C, it said to write an equation. So your equation to determine your heart rate equals 220 minus X, or F of X equals 220 minus X. Still doing good? All right. Now describing your domain. So the domain of this function, what would be an appropriate value for our domain? Well, based on what we have here and what we can see, our domain is going from 0 to 105, right? Is that appropriate? Is that an age value? General, no one's going to go past 105, okay? Do you think it's possible to have a maximum heart rate of 100 beats per minute? No, and why is it not? Exactly. It's outside of our range, right? That would be outside of our range. And because it's outside of our range, no one who is 105 is going to be moving that fast, right? How we do? Still believing that we got this? All right, number 3. So on number 3, you were given the equation h of x equals 206 minus 88 hundredths, and it wanted you to find h of 32. Was that easy enough? Yes, I was given the input. My job is to find the output. Okay, how we do? Refreshing. Yes? We dust some stuff off? All right, cool. So we're going to do a little quick check notes of things that we should be taking away from this. And then that's the last part of that, right? Where I gave you the stat. All right, so the main things that we need to remember is what defines a function, okay? Let me go back to our thing. So what are our quick notes we need to know? Glad you asked. Our quick notes are, the first thing we want to know is a function, the definition of a function. I haven't written on this in a while, so it feels weird. My hands are like shaking, like literally. What is a function? Okay. It describes the relationship. I probably should have typed this. You know what? It's good practice. Relationship between an independent variable, independent variable, and a dependent variable. Okay, what that's saying is, do y'all remember us saying that what don't you repeat for functions? Your x values. Okay, so that's what you're taught in Algebra 1, right? In AP Pre-Cal, we cannot say no repeating x's, okay? That's not how we define a function. When we're describing it in terms of AP Pre-Cal, we write it as each input. Remember, that's the whole old saying is no repeating x values. This is our grown-up saying of it. Each input is mapped to exactly one output. AKA no repeating x values. Okay? On the AP test, if you use no repeating x values as your justification as why something is a function, you will not get credit for that. Okay? So yes, it's what you're taught in Algebra 1, and we kind of say it just so that it's the ease of knowing. But the way we're going to get our credit is if we say each input is mapped to exactly one output. That is why this is a function. Does that make sense? Okay. The other takeaway that we need to know is how do you evaluate? Evaluate functions. What are ways that we can evaluate functions? What ways did you use today? What did you just look at? What did you start off with? No, your paper. What did you start off with? A table. So we can evaluate functions from a table. Then what did it lead you to? A graph. And then what did it lead you to? An equation. Did we go through all the methods of evaluating a function? Yes. And essentially, evaluate just means find your output. Right? That's all evaluate means is find an output. Next, we're going to just remember simple things. In your Algebra 1 class, did your teacher ever say Dixie and Roy? Does that ring any bells? Okay. Dixie and Roy are the synonyms for independent and dependent variables. Okay. So when we say Dixie, I think of them as like two old hound dogs. I don't know why I feel like that's what they are, but they're words and I know it. Dixie, D-I-X-I. Dixie stands for domain. And your domain is going to be your input, which means that it's your value, your x value. And that's why it's your independent variable. Okay. Roy, R-O-Y-D. That means we have our range, our output, our y value, and that all represents your dependent variable. Okay. Functions are defined by the domain. Your functions are defined by your domain. That's why, because it's your independent, it leads it, right? So that's what Dixie-Royd stands for. And the last thing we're going to write is function notation. Function notation just means instead of using y equals, you use what the variable is defined as. You use what your output represents and what your input represents. Does that make sense? So we don't write y equals, that's where we write f of x equals, right? F of x equals, and this is just a y. But because it's function notation, it can be based off whatever your values are being defined. The function at A gives me B. Does that make sense? Your input is inside of the parentheses. So this is our Dixie, and this is our Roy. All right. First set of notes taken. How it feel? Actually good? All right, good, because we're going to check for your understanding. So you have your check for your understanding. Your check for understanding is your independent practice. Okay? So your goal is to complete this by yourself using your notes and using what we just kind of went over. You're going to input your response in the Google Classroom discussion so you can see if you and your peers put the same thing. Got it? So you're going to write it out. You're not talking right now. You're processing, thinking on your own, and then you're going to input. Okay? You should have gotten your FRQ practice. We'll do that later. But so we're going to pause right now. Do y'all think 10, 15 minutes is fair? Yeah. It should be listed underneath. That? No, I don't see. You don't see geometry? The course is still there?